Okay, so I got a few minutes between calls here to make today's 12 weeks to peak video. Today, I want to talk about, do you know your numbers? And this is kind of interesting because around 2016, I was learning how to play golf, and my air game sucks. I have a tough time hitting a ball with a stick, apparently. But putting, my ground game is really good. I'm a pretty good putter. So, what I was doing though was going to a local thing at the university. They had a putting kind of astroturf sort of green, and it was sort of sloped and had a bunch of different holes. And I'd miss a lot, and I was getting down on myself because I was wondering, like, I must be terrible, right? So the thing is, though, I'm an operations management trained guy, and when I run into a feeling like that, I go, well, man, you don't know what the truth is, Jason. Go find out the facts, right? And so I went digging, and I found a very interesting chart, and maybe it'll look that way to you. It's a decay chart. It's the success of pro golfers, PGA golfers, as they get closer and closer or farther and farther away from the hole as they're putting. Okay, so it was 50% of the time at 8 feet was their success rate. So half the time at 8 feet they would miss, and it would go up from there. Like they would have a higher chance of missing as they went out further from the hole. So 8 feet's not that far. These guys are doing it every day. I mean, it's their freaking job, right? And so once I learned that, I stopped feeling bad. I felt pretty good about my putting, actually, because I found out the facts. Now, let's take this to sales, okay? You are going to, if you're smart, set a money target, a revenue target. How much money do you want to make over a certain time period? It could be 3 months, 1 month, 6 months, a year. You do the planning according to your kind of pacing, but you have to know your numbers. And at the beginning, you'll be like, well, I don't know, Jason, this might be a brand new market for you, right? That's okay. What you want to do is planned versus actual. Okay, so you're going to plan based on your best estimates, using your brain and your experience, and maybe talking to other people like me, and then gather the data over time and compare it at the end of that period with the actual data. Okay, and all I want you thinking about right now is, how many conversations do you need to have to make a sale? Okay, typically. And if you're consistent, if you keep talking to people, you're doing outreach, you're talking to people, you're having good conversations with qualified prospects. Okay, conversations with qualified prospects. I repeat that because that has a specific meaning now, right? We go way back to the beginning of this series. Need, budget, personality fit, right? That is what a qualified lead has. Check, check, check. All three of those things. Not 1 out of 3, not 2 out of 3, all three. Okay. Need, budget, personality fit. Yes. To all three. That's a qualified prospect. How many of those do you need to talk to get one sale? All right. So we can back out from the total revenue you want to create. You know how much the average sale is for you, right? Or commission or whatever it is, right? So you divide that. And now I know I need to make X number of sales, right? $50,000. I want to make 10 or $10,000 sales. I got to do 5 sales. Okay. Now, to get to those 5 sales, let's back out a little bit. This is the question we're asking. How many people do I need to talk to who are qualified leads in order to get one of those sales, right? And a lot of people overestimate this. You're not going to be closing at 50%, not unless you have a really great funnel, all right? Professionals, founder fuel people, right, who are running on founder fuel close at like 30%, you know? A good salesperson can be expected to do 20% or so. Okay, 25%. Me, on a bad day, a sick day, I expect 25% closing out of myself. Okay, I expect to be higher. And when I run somebody through a funnel, i.e., they get to find out a little bit about me before they talk to me, my values, how I help people, the scale I operate at, that kind of thing, right? And then they're a fit, and then they book a time to talk with me. Yeah, then it's more like 50%. Half the people I talk to become customers. But I got a problem up the chain, right? I got to talk to a lot of people to find one good one. All right, you might not. It might be different for you. That's why we got to measure this stuff out. But right now, just think about money target, number of sales I need to make, and then how many conversations with qualified prospects do I need to get there? And if you think you're going to do 1 in 4 is going to buy, and you're brand new at selling, or you're brand new at this offer, or you're brand new with this funnel, brand new with this market, I'm going to laugh at you. That ain't going to happen. Okay. It's the expert sales guy has gone like 11, 12, 13 conversations into a new field for him and not made a sale. And then he makes 2 in a row because he figures it out. But it takes longer than you think to get started. Okay. Sure, you could get lucky, but that hasn't been my experience. All right. So maybe for you, 1 in 8, 1 in 10, 1 in 12. Okay. So we can multiply that, say it's 1 in 10 times those 5 sales we need to make. That means you got to find 50 qualified prospects during that time period that we talked about to discuss this offer with, to have a realistic chance of making your money target. Now, as time goes on, you'll get better. Your pacing will improve. You'll know what a qualified prospect looks like. You'll get comfortable having the freaking conversation, which is probably the most important thing in order to make sales. Just getting comfortable with it. You've been here before, right? That's the attitude that you need. I've been here before, right? You probably heard that. Act like you've been there before, okay? The faster you can actually get to I've been here before, the better, all right? But this gives you an activity level, doesn't it? And I can make another video about that, and I probably will. So I'll stop there. But do some surgery here. Do some planning, okay? Realistically, lay it out. Find out how many qualified prospects you need to talk to in order to make the sales to hit your money target, okay? If you don't do that, you haven't got a chance in hell of getting anywhere. People who try to make as much money as possible are idiots. They are fools. They're on a fool's errand, okay? That's no destination. That's no target. Doesn't give your subconscious anything to do and to focus on. And it certainly doesn't give you that activity level that you can look at and go, okay, yeah, I gotta have like 2 good sales conversations a day or else I'm not going to get there, kind of thing, right? Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow.